What up? Day 2 recording a video. Don't really know the topic yet, but just start with the essentials, the full kit. DC, herbal cig, so still thinking about rest, still from the previous day. But I think the deeper aspect is do I have enough self-confidence to rest? If that makes sense? Maybe not self-confidence, maybe self-trust that if I rest, nothing bad's gonna happen. Because the level of rest I can get to, it's kind of conditional on how much my body will let me. And being on sick leave and not working for a little bit is good, but there's a second level to it, which is can I let myself do it? Can I let myself do it? Answer's typically no. I'm scared something bad's gonna happen. And I've been going to a therapist that's somatic focused, so body, and the levels of relaxation I can get to. Something they're really pushing me to try to focus on is, how relaxed can I get? And when I feel relaxed, can I get more relaxed? For example, I'm sitting kind of slouched over right now. What do I need? And can I let myself do that and kind of get into that deeper and deeper state? Because your body holds a lot. There's a tenseness in my whole body that I thought was just innate to the human experience. I thought when I thought I was relaxed, I thought I was maximum relaximum, and it wasn't. There was more, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not ashamed of that. It's just that's crazy, that I can go even further, that there's deeper levels to emotions, to safety in my body, safety in my brain. I'm thinking of posting this one, maybe the other one too, on the CPTSD subreddit, because I guess I'm also just trying to connect with people that are going through similar experiences, recovery, reflection, kind of focused around safety in the body, trauma, and kind of the recovery process. Yeah. I'm thinking about emotional maturity or emotional intelligence, and it's kind of framed as a thing that you either have or you don't have. It's a thing you develop as a skill, or people have high EI or low EI, or their ability to emotionally regulate. There's a lot of senses of are you emotionally healthy or are you emotionally sick, or however you want to describe it. And I feel it's so much more of a spectrum than that. There are times where I'm very present and I'm attuned to other people's emotions, But maybe I'm not attuned to mine, and maybe I'm getting out of my body and into my head. And maybe I'm talking a bit too fast. It's causing it to like rise up, and I lose that. I lose that emotional intelligence in myself. But I'm still present, and I'm still like picking up on the other person, but I almost like lose my own ability to self-regulate. That's like a common thing for me. But then there's times when I am. There's like, I think for me, like the most emotionally regulated state I'm in for myself is like at the sauna, like doing the sauna cold plunge sit loop. I am so fucking tuned in to myself, you know? Yeah. Like tuned into a level where I'm seeing stuff come up, I'm seeing stuff go, I'm relaxed. And, you know, a lot of that is the nervous system regulation aspect of the cold plunge. But there's also times where I lose that, like if I'm going to the sauna with friends and I feel it happen in real time, where it's like, if I start to get in my head about something, I like lose that ability, or I'm like kind of focused on them having a good time, right? And that's still a good thing. I still think there's like a level of being considerate, but like there's a level of external validation that is hard to relax, I guess, but I'm feeling it relax, if that makes sense. Like the healing period, I'm still really attuned to people's feelings, but it's for like a different reason. It's because I care. It's not because I'm nervous about how they're perceiving me. Sorry. That'll be my sign of when I talk too much if it goes out. Yeah, like an action can be an action can happen, and it can come from a bunch of different intents. Like the same thing can happen and it can come from two different perspectives. Like the intent behind the action where am I going with this? Hold on. I'll give an example of the thing I'm trying to explain so that I know how to explain it. There are times where I talk with my hands when I'm getting excited. I'm talking with my hands, right? And that can come from a place of like, I'm so anxious and I'm like, look at me, ha ha ha. Like, you're like so desperate for attention that you're like waving your hands at somebody. But then there's also a version of that where you're like an animated storyteller, you know? Like you're telling a story really engaged, and you're like using your hands to like help explain the concept you're trying to create, you know? Or you can see your hands going crazy and think like, it's okay, like the energy's kind of like building up, but like maybe let's calm it down a little bit. Like it's almost a chance to like check in with yourself. I wasn't doing that in like so many situations. And as I'm kind of like soothing myself, I find myself telling stories and being animated at a social gathering. But it's coming from like a good place. I'm like excited and telling a story energetically. I still feel like it's like I'm doing the same action, but I've like not doing it under the control of my emotions. It's like I'm under the control of my emotions, I guess. like that feeling of anxiety or that rushing into my head and thinking and, you know, letting a feeling kind of like take over. Like I can just observe it and I can sit with it and I can take a deep breath and I can almost emotionally regulate and I can still talk with my hands and it's not like leading to like a panic. I can kind of like ride that point of my energy, like at almost like energy levels, I guess. This is gonna sound like fucking insane ramblings. I'm really sorry. That's its own experience. Okay, I'm gonna lock in. I like the fall a lot. I was born in October. But I like it because the cold feels so refreshing. Spring, when it's warm, I know it's the same thing, it's just the opposite. It's like it's going from winter into summer. I think going from hot into cold, it's like I'm like so craving that like brisk fall air. And for it to hit, it's the fucking best. If you can have a sustained fall in Canada, like usually it's like been just jumping right into winter, but like if you can have a sustained fall, it's so nice everywhere. The trees are so nice. The like commutes feel very romantic. Me, you know, wandering around the park here, like it's like I'm like in a fucking movie. I don't know how to describe it. I'm like in The Night in the Woods, you know? Literally happened right there. I felt myself talking. I felt myself realizing I was getting a little too high and going on incoherent ramblings. Started to come up into my head, and then saw a person, started getting anxious. Oh my God, they see me in the park talking to my phone. What the hell? And when it kind of hit that like brain point, I was like, oh, okay, it's really ramping up here. I need to kind of just take a deep breath. I gotta check in with my nervous system. Let things relax. What would I do in a previous moment? I'd get up and go get a coffee. Like that would somehow help. And then I'm so up in my brain, I start going like, okay, I'm gonna make a plan. I'm gonna fix my sadness by doing X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna set up this routine. I'm gonna set up all this structure. It doesn't actually solve the feeling. It's like now I'm letting my brain pilot it, and my brain is piloting it. I'm starting to act out of anxiousness, or like whatever the feeling was that kind of like inspired it. So I was about to turn off the camera and just scrap this whole recording. Like as that was happening, I was like, oh my God, this is so stupid. I should just delete this one. Like there's somehow a good version. Like the ways it also, I'm seeing notifications. I'm gonna have to turn notifications off on the next one. Bear with me here. We're gonna get through this. It's gonna be actually working. I think I'm making these for the teenage version of me. He'd be the one watching YouTube, and he'd be the one watching 30 view videos of ramblings. I say 30 like that's nothing. Like that'd be sick if this got to 30. Like, let's be real here. What I mean is the videos that don't reach like an algorithmic level where they're just getting recommended to people. It's like I would be searching really specific feelings and like challenges and emotions. And I would find like the nichest Reddit threads, and I'd find the nichest like YouTube videos of a person talking about it, and I'm like, oh my God, finally someone's like speaking to my like exact experience. But then what would often happen is like you reach a certain point where their thing doesn't map perfectly onto yours, and you start to like doubt the whole thing. You start to go, okay, well, this person's actually very different than me, so maybe my situation is like so wholly specific that like there's like no solution for it. But I think I want that teenage Evan to see this and then think, like, have reason to believe it, I guess. It's like looping back and believing in yourself. I don't know. It makes sense in my head, and that's what's important. I think that's it. Cheers. See you tomorrow.